Right, today we're going to do my healthiest breakfast ever, part 2. Why part 2? Why an alternative to the, Mark 2, healthiest breakfast ever, Mark 2. Well, the Mark 1 version, there's some problems if you are doing a lot of sun exposure to get vitamin D, which I recommend, or a lot of tanning bed exposure to get vitamin D. Please see my video on sun exposure and vitamin D to see how to tan safely. Yeah, there are some risks, but the benefits far outweigh the risks. And it's not me saying that; it's lots of doctors. Yeah, the healthiest breakfast ever Mark 1 has tons of carrots in, and carrots contain furanocoumarins, also known as fluorocoumarins, and they have phototoxic effects. So if you're not doing a lot of sun exposure or tanning bed exposure, fine, drink as much carrot juice as you like. It's part of the Gerson therapy, anti-cancer therapy. So, yeah, if you're getting vitamin D from supplementation, which I also recommend, high-dose vitamin D supplementation, that's fine, but avoiding lots of sun exposure and tanning bed exposure. So we're going to make Mark 2 healthiest breakfast ever, which is possibly even more healthier than the Mark 1. So let's have a run through of the ingredients. So we're going to use, now in my Mark 1 version, I used glutamine. Well, I've done a bit of research since then, and I think it's better to have have all the amino acids, which the point of glutamine was it's fantastic for the health of the digestive tract. It's the preferred food of enterocytes. And as you'll know, if you follow my videos, it's all about the cellulose diet, how to prevent and reverse 91 chronic diseases. And Sennel's theory, Dr. Sennel, French professor of medicine, his theory, which he proved over 20 years with over 2,000 patients, was that if you eat the right foods, heal the gut, heal the intestines, and the diseases go into remission. Okay, so this healthiest breakfast ever is to turbocharge the cellulose diet and to really heal your gut, to get your gut really healthy. So, glutamine is fantastic for the intestines, but there are a couple of, can be problematic if you take too much of it. And go to my video on aminos, and I explain all about that in that video, so I won't go into great detail here. So we've got all the aminos I use in that video, and we got the salt here left from yesterday from my sauerkraut video. Okay, so we're going to use apples, ginger, beetroot, black radish, and spinach. Spinach is still a little bit damp. Let me spin this. Okay. Now the spinach, you usually buy it in bags nowadays. Spinach can be washed or unwashed. So make sure you read the bag to see whether it's washed or unwashed. Obviously, it's best to get organic spinach if you can. This is not organic, unfortunately. I couldn't find any today. But get organic spinach if you can. Make sure you read the bag to see whether it's washed or unwashed. If it's washed, that's fine. Just use it straight away. This was unwashed. So what I've done, I put this in hydrogen peroxide, 13%, for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then I've rinsed it with water, with bottled water. I've used tap water at first, then I've got rid of that, and then I put bottled water in. It's quite nice spinach. This is nice and fresh. And the same with the beetroot. I put that in, the beetroot, the ginger, the apples and the black radish, I put in hydrogen peroxide as well. Okay, so now I brought this ginger. This is what you get in the supermarkets now, this monstrosity. This is not proper ginger, this is horrible stuff. It comes from China. You know, very soon they'll just be making it in cubes, yeah? So you don't, you know, to make it even easier to get the skin off. So don't use this horrible stuff. We want the oils in the ginger, yeah, very important, the oils. And you won't get it in this stuff, you know, God knows what's in there. So get ginger like this from your local health food store. I think this comes from Peru, and this monstrosity comes from China. So ask your health food store to get the Peruvian ginger, yeah? Okay. So now I'm going to do a video with a rundown of all the medicinal effects of all these ingredients. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that today. We'll also run it through the video. Okay, so while the video is running, you'll get a run through of all the ingredients. So I'm not going to, I won't waste time on that now. Let's get on with making the juice. Healthiest Breakfast Ever, Mark 2. Okay, so first of all, honey. I didn't mention that in the ingredients. Honey. This is wildflower honey from Spain. Look at this lovely stuff. I don't know what flower it is that gives it that dark colour, but it's gorgeous. Okay, so we'll put 1 nice tablespoonful in a little bit of water, about ½ an inch of water there in the glass. I spilled the honey. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to put the aminos in. So I'll run through the aminos as I put them in. And we're going to put, generally, in most of them, we're going to put 1/3 of a teaspoonful in. Okay, so here's my... very important to get the teaspoon absolutely dry. Yeah? Sorry, the tablespoonful. The tablespoon, not the teaspoon. Get the tablespoon absolutely dry. This is dry anyway, but just be ultra cautious, because otherwise you're going to get mold in your aminos, yeah, ruin your aminos, and you don't want that. You could actually sprinkle some vitamin C powder in if you wanted to. That would prevent any mold. Okay, so we start with leucine. 1/3 of a teaspoonful of leucine. Okay. Seal the bag. On some of these bags you get with aminos, the top doesn't seal very well. So I belt and braces, I put them in these freezer bags as well and seal those. Keep them nice and fresh. Bend it over so there's no, can you see, there's not so much air in, almost like a vacuum. Okay, we've got glutamine here. I've got glutamine peptides. You can get ordinary normal glutamine. I'm not too sure what the difference is, to be honest, between glutamine and glutamine peptides. 1/3 of a tablespoonful, there we go. The glutamine peptides don't dissolve all that well. Now, you see this bag won't seal at the top. There we go. So, yeah. Yeah, the glutamine peptides don't dissolve all that well, so we're going to push them onto the side of the glass with the spoon, and that will mix it in. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm sealing it. I'm bending it over to seal it, so we've got the minimal amount of air in. Okay. Now we've got glycine. This is all lovely stuff for your intestines. This will really, yeah. This is all the best aminos from the point of view of intestinal health. And you'll see. Well, go to the video I made on aminos. It's really good. It's probably one of my best videos, if not the best. Okay. I spent about 10 days doing the research, looked at hundreds of PubMed studies. Okay. It's no wonder I'm always skint. So, okay. So here we've got What else have we got here? Yeah, we got citrulline here. Okay, citrulline. Yeah, third of a tablespoonful of citrulline. And yeah, bend it over to seal it. Oh, this is another which won't seal properly. Yeah, the citrulline, that doesn't seal properly either. So, a bit of a nuisance. Okay, so doubly important to get a good seal on this freezer bag. Yeah, it might be worn out, this freezer bag. I might have to change it for another one. Let's see. Oh no, it's sealing okay. It's sealed okay. Okay. And what's this one? Glycine. Yeah, glycine. It's a bit of a faff this in the morning, I've got to admit, making this, but it really is, it's so worthwhile, you know. I mean, I'm 70, yeah? So do you want to look like this when you're 70? Or do you want to look like that? Or do you want to look like that? So, if you want skin like this at 70, this is what you've got to do, yeah? Okay. So, now, two things I've forgotten to bring out a teaspoon, because these two, we just do 3/4 of a teaspoonful. I forgot my teaspoon, so I'm just going to judge it, yeah. So this is alanine. Now this is for my prostate. Okay, go to my video on aminos, and the link's underneath. Yeah, there'll be a link underneath, so go to the link. So that's about 3/4 of a teaspoonful of alanine. That's for my prostate. Yeah, that's so I don't have to get up in the middle of the night, you know, 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night to pee, which is a hazard, you know, the hazard of being 70. I do various things. I manage to keep it pretty well under control. Some nights I don't even need to get up to pee at all. Okay, so how many 70-year-olds can say that? Okay, and we've got taurine. Yeah, very important, taurine. If you're a vegetarian, please supplement with taurine, okay? Taurine is implicated in depression. So if you're depressed, please have 3/4 of a teaspoonful of taurine every day, supplement. And if you're a vegetarian, very hard to get adequate taurine. And taurine is very important. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. So I think that's why vegetarians are all depressive, yeah, like Jeremy Corbyn. Okay, there we go. So, okay, so we'll give that a good stir. And yeah, so push the glutamine peptides against the side of the glass to mix them in and get them. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now we'll go on to the juice. So we need to get everything the right size so it doesn't block up the juicer. Now this, I thoroughly recommend Green Star juicer. This is the best juicer of all is the Norwalk, but it's very expensive. It's $2,000. I don't know what that is. It's even more in pounds. Probably $2.5 grand in. So yeah, so we'll put the spinach through. we go. So you can see the apple's turning brown already. Last piece of pulp out. It's quite pulpy, this. That's the spinach. The spinach, you know, makes it quite pulpy. So we get the last. So we get all the pulp out of the juice. There, you can see. So, can you imagine what a faff this would be with a tea strainer? Yeah? And these are only a couple of quid, you know, in the supermarket. So it's a fine strainer, yeah, very fine. Now, we do need to pour this into the jar, the juicing jar, because there's always quite a bit of oil. The ginger always leaves a bit of oil in the bottom, and it's the oils from the ginger which really do the good stuff, yeah. So we want to make sure, so mix those last bits of oil in with the juice. There we go. And now it's empty, yeah. So we've got all the oils out. So we'll mix this. That's good. Yeah, it's quite thick. Fabulous. Put hairs on your chest. You won't put hairs on your chest if you're a lady, don't worry. So a bit of a clean up, and then I'll strip the juicer down so you can see how easy it is to clean. Okay, so get the last bits of juice out. And yeah, I'll use this to fill the parts. Just clean this up. Okay. What did we do before paper towels? Yeah, how did we manage without paper towels? Okay. So this needs to be washed, of course. When you wash it, don't do, you know, by all means run it under the tap, but don't let it run, you know, into your drain, into your sink drain. Don't let it run into the sink. Let it run into a washing up bowl first. Yeah, by all means, you know, run it under the tap, but into a washing up bowl, and then get a cheap plastic sieve like this. Yeah, and when you finish washing it, cleaning it, just run it through the sieve. Yeah, run the water through the sieve, so you're not blocking your sink up. Yeah? And here's another tip: drink your juice while you're cleaning up. Don't drink the juice. Don't go away and drink the juice. And come back and clean up afterwards, because you won't feel like cleaning it up. You'll leave it in the juicer and it'll go make a horrible mess of your juicer. Okay. So just clean this. Just clean it roughly out with. You don't necessarily have to do this. You can just run it under the tap. But when you do run it under the tap, I'll just show you how easy it is to, you know, to do. Just takes a few minutes. But when you do run it under the tap, like I say, run it into a washing up bowl so you don't get it sink. And then pour the water in the washing up bowl through a sieve, through a strainer, and then then you'll get all the pulp left in the strainer, and then just put that into the rubbish bin. Okay. Now, even when you wash the gauze, you can still get some bits stuck in the gauze. Just use a knife. Just use a knife and go like this, and you'll get the last piece out. Okay, that's ready to run under the tap. Yeah, it's just got to run it under the tap and let it drain, and you're good to go. Okay, so that's it. Healthiest Breakfast Ever, Mark II. Don't use this horrible ginger, yeah? We run an amusing clip from the Woody Allen film Sleeper, yeah? Okay. So cut!